The following is a presentation of The Day.
Hi everybody, I'm Rick Coster from The Day, and this is live lunch break, as always, from the Telegraph Record Shop in New London. I was grinning stupidly because Shelley was counting down for me, and I realized I can't even determine whether they're 3 fingers or 2 or whatever anymore. I'm old and decrepit, but that's not the case with tonight's band, the Advantagers from Old Saybrook. Don't look it in the dictionary. There's not a word advantager. They made it up. But with growing popularity, Hunter and Teddy will assimilate that into your vocabulary, and then it'll all be good. It'll be a real word, and you can buy the t-shirts and stuff like that. But now, before you guys kick off, I do want to say the 1041 group at the Masters, including Phil Mickelson and Rory McIlroy, they're on the 3rd hole now. Phil's 1 under, Rory's even. I just thought everybody would sort of wanted
together?
Yeah, they're in the same group.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good. So
Lefty.
That's right.
Me and Phil.
You, Phil Hendricks. What more do you
And
do?
don't forget, what's his name?
Bubba Watson.
Bubba Watson.
He's won 2 of the last 3. Bubba is 1 under par at the 7th hole.
All right. Wow.
I'm not making this up.
We'll keep the updates going.
We'll keep the updates going. That is so
My dad
rude
would
of me. I
appreciate
am
it.
taking away
No,
from the
my dad will
Advantagers.
appreciate it. You can do 2 things at one time. Yeah.
So, anyway, these guys do a really neat and compelling brand of almost postmodern pop. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Postmodern.
I like it.
I don't even know what that means, but sure.
I like
Well,
folk.
Postmodern is one of those words like you apply to poetry or art, and people go, "That guy knows what he's talking about." Actually, I don't. I don't have a clue about it, but it is very good contemporary pop music
Thank you,
with
thank
a
you.
with a modern spin on it. So, is that fair?
That's fair.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
take it.
Please enjoy the Advantagers.
We built our homes out of patience and adolescent dreams. We built our homes for our children to have a place to sleep. We built our homes for our Father's name to keep. I freed the city light and left it all behind. Invite familiar faces, tell the strangers to say goodbye. Brick by brick until our house will grow. Tell our parents, Mom, we found a home. where it all began.
Thank you. Alright, first one out of the way. Domus is Latin for home. So that's what that song's about, is home. Because we do it for home. Music.
Need help there?
A little bit, I got it. Oh, I thought you were cooking.
No, it was not. This next song is called Broken and Battered. It's the first song we've done.
Look as you used to. drown. Threw me to the batter, your love never mattered. Don't put away the ones that showed you love. Threw me to the batter, your love never mattered. Don't put away the ones that showed you love. Showed you love. Broken in patterns, your life never mattered. Don't push away the ones that showed you love. Broken and battered, your life always mattered. Don't push away the ones that showed you love.
Thank you. This one's called Sarah Sails.
As she sails on the sea, constantly she waits for me. In the pond in my backyard is where she'd roam. She dips her fingers in the water, a trick she'll teach all of her daughters. She sails the boat her daddy bought her, and Sarah sails. Only her heart knows where her eyes been as she sails towards the horizon, leaving all of her misfortunes on the shore. And one day she'll take me out and show me this nirvana she's been talking about, and all of our sorrows will dissipate. The water knows her sweet touch, and it feels her only love. But is it enough? 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 Enough, enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? Enough, enough? Is it enough? Dips her fingers in the water, whoa, whoa. Trick she'll teach all of her daughters, whoa, whoa. She sails the boat her daddy bought her, whoa. Sarah sails, and Sarah sails. Thank you. Our next song is called Gatsby.
Actually, the next song's called the Tuning Song. Heckle for a little bit.
Heckle for a little bit. So the next song is called Gatsby. It's inspired by The Great Gatsby, We actually just performed it for the first time last night. It went very well. We got a great feedback.
Yeah.
Someone came up to us and told them it made him cry. So hopefully we can provoke some emotion out of you guys watching. So yeah. This is also the tuning song. It's a great one.
We need like in between those. Really embarrassing.
That's cool. How's that?
I almost there.
All right, this one's got Gatsby.
What's wrong with the world? She asks me. Well, there are beggars and there are Gatsby.
perfect time for a break when the infernal D string pops. So this is the Advantagers from Old Saybrook. Thank you guys so much
Absolutely,
for being
thank
here.
you.
Thank you.
It's Teddy over here. This is Hunter. And Gatsby, eh?
Yeah.
Gatsby, yeah. You know, the song's going to go great when the string breaks in the first 10 seconds.
Well, I mean,
But
that's
you know what? You did a great
Yeah,
job
that's what makes
it great.
working
Thank you.
around that.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
It's someone that it takes some skill to do that.
Yeah, I break strings a lot,
He
actually.
does.
It's mostly the D string, actually.
I wonder why that is.
Mm.
We
I
don't
don't
know. But you did well and changed the chording structures and made it work. So why
here.
Gatsby? What made you?
Well,
write a
I mean,
song?
I'm just I was inspired by like American Pie, being like a very full and like lyrical song.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie. I was like,
Oh no,
wait,
no, no,
where
no,
am I
no,
gonna
no, I
connect
mean,
with
I mean
that?
the
Yeah.
song. But so that was kind of what I was going for. It was like the big lyrically diverse and like So I just pulled from like Heroes and just kind of thoughts I had, and I presented it to Teddy, and we kind of
just
came up
ran
with
with
that. Yeah,
There was a lot of neat name checks in there.
there was Chaplin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus was mentioned.
Jesus. I put
Jesus.
Always
Crucified.
got a
Yeah.
good Jesus in there.
And I kept expecting you to actually end the song with, and so we beat on
Huh.
boots
Yeah.
something
Okay.
into
So like
the
the last
past or
Gatsby line.
whatever. One of the great lines in literature. But anyway, I know you guys do something that I find. First of all, I see that Teddy has the EP, the Apple, in his hand. So I don't know, Shelley, can you close in on that cover? What are you doing? Oh, he's gonna open it so it won't have glare.
Yeah. You can
No
just,
glare, and then I think the inside's the coolest.
Here, let me
It
go
is
there.
the inside's cool.
we'll
So
put it on the
So
ground.
here it is. You got that, Shelly?
Shelley.
Shelley, thumbs
So
up. Yep.
if you open it up, there's a tree. And then like the whole idea here is I drew it like a 6-year-old, but then you pick the apple from the tree.
And I figured that out when I opened
Did
my
you?
copy. Yeah.
Wow.
Although I had it in a different position, I said, "Why is the apple ascending to heaven?" And I realized, "Oh, wait, I have it upside down."
Yeah.
So, but that's all right. So,
Yeah.
you guys recorded that at home, right?
did.
In my bedroom, actually.
Yeah.
It's the new thing apparently.
And slash my bathroom. Because the acoustics in bathrooms are just so
Yeah.
so rich.
His mom loved us. She was really happy. That
Yeah,
we...
she loved it.
Yeah. Not.
No,
Okay, I get it.
That's
And-
heavy sarcasm.
All right. Well, so why? It wasn't like you're doing 8 Stacks and Marshall's devil metal.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
pretty acoustic.
But I mean, I can
Exactly.
see coming home from work and having a studio in your kitchen isn't ideal. For
She's
mom.
even more mad when the piano came home.
Oh, yeah.
We actually, that's how we wrote our first song. Is I asked Hunter one day to help me move this piano. Granted, I did not think that this piano was going to be as heavy as it was.
Yeah.
It's like a little upright, like Wurlitzer actually.
Yeah.
That weighs like 600 pounds.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah, a lot easier said than done, and it was raining.
Where did you move it from? And to?
We moved it from. I drove to Waterford, and you know what? It's funny because we're on our way. I love telling this story. Do I have time to tell this
Yeah,
story?
absolutely.
Okay, so called up Hunter. He's like, "Hey, can you help me move this?" Like, "Oh, okay, sure, yeah." He's like, "It'll be easy."
Well,
I
wait
had
a
no
minute,
idea
have
what
to
I was getting
interrupt
into.
Because why did you give him that sort of a cartoony voice? When
Yeah,
you
why do you talk to me in a cartoony voice? That hurts.
Well, I'm just kind of like trying to give people imaging and like,
Oh,
you know
all
what
right.
I mean.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So-
go ahead.
Storytelling.
We
Yeah,
drove,
go for it.
and it was a little overcast that day, you
Yeah.
know. So I was like hoping the rain would hold off. So we get to the house and like, okay.
Are you in
So
a
this-
pickup truck?
Yeah,
No, we're in my minivan.
Right.
All right.
My 2001
Named Bessie.
Windstar. Named Bessie.
Bessie.
Bessie, like
Bessie.
the cow.
So we get there. It's not raining
Bessie.
yet. It's not raining yet. We go inside. We look at it. I'm like, okay, this is a little heavy. We'll get it out the door, down the steps and everything. Boom, boom. We're good. So it ends up being really heavy.
600-ish pounds.
Yeah.
Probably. And it starts to monsoon.
Monsoon. Like, this was unbelievable.
Literally, I've never seen it rain so hard in my life. And we have to move this piano down a brick, like,
And he's lying to me.
walkway.
He's telling me, he's like, oh, yeah, it's not heavy. It's like
Yeah.
100
It'll
pounds.
take 15
Yeah, it'll take-
minutes. So we had to like freaking muscle it
Yeah.
down the brick.
So each of you are
Sidewalk.
lifting the essentially 300 pounds.
Well, I mean, I think I was lifting 545, and he had the solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we get it to the car, and then like, how are we gonna get it to the car? Because we can't just lift it
Right.
up
Right.
and put it in.
So we
Right.
made the amateur mistake of like leaning this piano on Bessie, the car, and as we're leaning in, it starts to slide.
down.
So we had to just,
So
you
we
know,
just
do.
have to get it in there. Then the whole van just
Yeah,
goes
pretty much. Long story short is
on and
we had to, you know, bring it in the house. His mom was not too pleased with that.
You know how
Soaking
she,
wet
You know
piano.
how she did? I did something. I moved the pot on
That
the
was
front
it. He
porch.
moved, like,
She's
the-
like,
the
she walked in the
planter.
door and she's like, "What did you do?"
Immediately, she knew, and then that was game.
I'm sorry.
But then
Oh.
we wrote Broken and Battered right
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Then we wrote our first song, yeah, Broken and Battered, right after that.
See, I love stuff like I like stories that aren't. I sort of met this girl in a bar, and I wrote a song about it. Not that there's anything wrong with girl in a bar stories.
You know, we have a couple of those.
Everybody should. Everybody should. So, Rick Coster here from theday.com in the Telegraph Record Shop for Live Lunch Break. We have the Advantagers with us, and not only you guys write really good songs, but you're fun and entertaining.
Thank you.
And
Try
as a matter of fact, Hunter and I are going in the Hawaiian shirt mass production business. We had a discussion while Teddy was changing guitar strings. That's how that works. So, and now he's strapping on the Telecaster.
The electric.
The Telecaster. So now you guys do a lot of like playing open mic stuff to test material.
Well, actually, we usually go down to the Buckley House.
Sure.
It's right around the corner.
Right,
That's our favorite.
Yeah.
And we go there and we just try
Test
out
them
new
out.
stuff. And people are great there. A lot of great musicians, and we love listening because there's not a bad person that goes up
Right.
there.
It's
That's
a lot of
plays.
fun.
And it's great for us because it gives us like practice to like really play live.
Mm.
And
It's
it
funny-
also our songs really grow.
Right.
Grow when we do
It's
that.
funny though, because some of our songs aren't really like a bar song. Like we have a song about like the culture, like everything that was going on with Eric Gardner in New York and stuff. And so we played this at a bar, and immediately the mood changed from like let's get drunk to like oh wow
my.
this is really serious. And we silent.
It's a little heavy.
It's a little heavy, but it was really fun, and we just got to kind of like explore it. And you know we were inspired by people like Bob Dylan and
Sure.
you know Neil Young who talk about things that are happening in the world, and they're you know brave enough to put that into their art. So like we kind of took it on, and you know it came out well, but it was just very funny to see everybody's heads turn, and then you know leave the building after.
I don't guess I want that beer.
Exactly.
after all. Here's something that I find really interesting is there's a band I wouldn't expect you guys to necessarily know who they are from L.A. and it's been a while, but they were called Dada, and it was a three-piece, really good pop rock band. And the two guys that did there was harmony vocals on every song, and I met them and I said, "You have a really creative approach to harmony. It wasn't just a root and a third or a fifth, and you guys do a lot of this varying harmony stuff." And I said, "How did you guys come up with this approach to this?" And they said something that I just found fascinating. So we're not brothers, we're not siblings, we're not like the Everly Brothers or the Finn
Neither are we,
brothers and
yeah.
Crowder. So we had to, and I guess the thing they were saying was that genetically, if you're brothers or sisters, you can really sing instinctively together.
Yeah.
But you guys, how did you just sit down and work out who's going to sing which part?
Completely accidental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We just kind of
We don't really know what we're doing. We kind of just sit in his basement
and then eventually
figure
it
it out.
formed. You know we have. we're
Did you get
friends-
moved to the basement from the bedroom?
Oh
like
no,
punishment?
this was my house.
This
Oh,
is-
this is
his
your
house.
Okay,
Um,
all right.
But we were friends first. We were friends in high school, so we've been friends for almost our
For
half
almost
of our lives.
more than half of our
Yeah,
lives.
so it's very nice and easy to make music together because you know there's no egos.
and we
just
don't
kinda-
really, yeah, and
we have fun and we're doing it just for fun.
we
We're
don't
not-
really practice. We kind of just
jam.
That's
jam.
fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What are you going to do with this? Is this something you're going to go forward with?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're really writing hard right now. We got 8 songs today. We're hoping to get an album out probably by the end of the year,
Fabulous.
but we're just kind of still writing and finding who we are, and
That's
still need a
perfect.
drummer. Yeah.
Well,
Well, you're doing okay.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, I
doing
know.
pretty good. He's
What
he's
I
out
think
with
you
it.
should do is have a double bass, so you could do that
I-
metal thing.
I
where-
do actually have a double bass,
Do you?
like a double bass.
I thought I meant a double kick
Oh,
drum, like Slayer would have,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Well,
That
actually,
would
isn't
bring a lot
Slayer
to
gonna?
it.
We're going to Bonnaroo and Slayer's gonna be there, so we're.
Are you looking forward to that?
Oh, we don't know. We it's
We're
kind of
kinda-
like our gimmick, but like we're really excited just to say that we did it. But
Yeah, I
we're
think
also
that's
very
excellent.
scared.
Can I go if I drive
Of
Bessie?
course. Yeah, you can drive.
I don't think Bessie would.
He's
Make it.
talking
All
about it.
right. Well, all right. Where are you guys playing next? Where
We're
can
playing
people-
Young Hearts.
When's that?
What's that?
Yeah. When,
No, he
when?
said where.
Oh, where?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you said what.
No,
Next
sorry.
week, next weekend, next Saturday, we're gonna be in New York City actually for our first show in New York City.
Fabulous.
It's great. But then locally we'll be at Nightingale's Acoustic Cafe on April 24th, I believe. It's a Friday. We'll be there at 7 p.m. So stop by,
All right.
have a cup of tea or whatever,
That'll be great.
Yeah.
and listen to some tunes.
The Advantagers are our guests. We're glad that Teddy and Hunter are with us. And would you bless us with 4 more tunes?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you guys for watching Live Lunch Break.
It's not the same how things can manage to change. Love's just another job paying minimum wage. You're not the only person overworked or underpaid. It's not the same, 'cause when I run through this town, how come you're the only other person around? With your eyes wide open, there's not much more to see. And it's those young hearts always getting broken. And it's those young hearts dying to be met. And it's those young hearts where a single word is spoken. 'Cause it's those young hearts that never forget. It's not the same how things can manage to change, but love's just another job paying minimum wage. You're not the only person overworked or underpaid. It's not the same, 'cause when I run through this town, how come you're the only other person around? With your eyes wide open, there's not much more to see. And it's those young hearts always getting broken. And it's those young hearts that are dying to be met. And it's those young hearts where a single word is spoken. 'Cause it's those young hearts. 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 'Cause it's those young hearts that never forget.
So this next one is New York Pavement.
Everything is fine, they tell you as the blood begins to dry. We all know you can't change the world, so why even try? Everything will all get better in 2015. The first week, 12 were murdered over a magazine. Say, oh, I mean, as the hairs around me are suffocating, say, I can breathe as I sit and die through your face. Oh, it's sad, but the world we live in ain't so bad. I can't hear you while do when the police commit a crime and the likes of which gets posted online. Can't run and we can't fight. A murder was committed and no one got in line. Oh, I need as the hands around me, I suffocate and I can breathe. As I sit and die, I'm saying, oh, why me? As the hands around me are suffocating, said I can't breathe. As I sit and die on this New York pavement. Alright, so that was New York Pavement. And like I said earlier too, Rick, that song was about kind of all the culture stuff that was going on with Eric Gardner and Ferguson and stuff. And at first we were a little tentative to write a song like that, but you know, we thought some of the greats like Neil Young and Bob Dylan were, you know, courageous enough to do it. So, you know, why not us? The next song is called Orion. It's after the constellation. It's one of our first tunes. It's off our EP, The Apple, which you can check out on our website, theadvantagers.com.
Actually wrote it on full moon.
Yeah, we wrote it on a full moon.
Great. Almost.
And then the last song after this we'll be performing is The Apple. It's the title track of our EP. Ready?
Nope.
I traveled across the sea, saw what it was like to be free. It's only when I'm with you my demons don't bleed through. I'm happy with what's in store. So when you reach the trees, you will find peace. Find what's inside you, will rehabilitize you. Wander and fast alone.
Do you know what, Hunter?
What's that, Tim? It really couldn't be that hard. It really couldn't be that hard. Yup. Starry nights that remember the day. Watch the stars and give them all their names. Whisper in their ears.
So the last one we'll be playing for you is The Apple.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, everyone. The Day, Rick. You guys are awesome.
Telegraph,
Telegraph.
my mom,
Your mom.
uh,
Is that it? That's everybody, right?
everyone from Common Ground open mic. Yeah, this one's The Apple. And we are the Advantagers.
You there?
Almost there.
When I woke, I was so confused. I was very cold. It was all so new, and I had no knowledge of the plan. I opened my eyes and I realized that this was it. I was given life. And I heard a voice say, "Son, you are man." Said, "This is the world, this is what I've made, and this is the world, and you are saved. Go explore the love I have to give you." He said, "This is the world, this is what I've done, and this is the world, my son Adam. Go explore the love I have to give you." So I went and I ran between the trees. I went and swam of 7 seas. But in this world I felt there was only me. I felt the grass between my toes. I met all the animals, but sadly they don't fill my lonely soul. I went and I searched far and wide, but something in this world wasn't right. There was life, but I was not alive. So I went to the voice. I had no other choice. And I said, "Please God, I want something more." I said, "Please God, give me another form." And he struck me, oh, and I fell down. Pulled my rib cage to the ground. And through my pain, she was born, hidden beauty like a crown of thorns. And I took her home and I soaked it in. For if she was virtue, I could never sin. I saw her beauty, I stared in its eyes. I saw her true form, and it was light. I knew what it meant to be alive, and her love filled my soul. She reached for me, and I grabbed her hand, and we skipped across the promised land. And I was fulfilled, 'cause that was God's plan. She was it, she was all I need. I fell in love with a girl named Eve, for I was her and she was me.
you guys very much.
This is Honey, excuse me, Hunter and Teddy, the Advantagers. Thank you guys so much. The EP is called The Apple. There is theadvantagers.com if you want to go and find out, catch up with them, keep up with where they're going. As always, you remember you can get the live lunch break performances. You can download our podcasts at iTunes. We're off next week. Peter's going to be on vacation. I'm not going to tell you his street address, so you can't break in. Besides, there's really big, vicious dogs that live there, so don't do that. In 2 weeks, we have Liz DeLeese, I believe, will be our guest. And you know what? Next week's Record Store Day. Next Saturday here at the Telegraph. Get here early before the mob hits. A bunch of really good bands are going to be here. I'm Rick Coster for theday.com, and we appreciate you guys paying attention to us. Again, the Advantagers. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.